Okay, so what the fuck is up? I was not planning on making another video, but then it came to my attention that Katerino made a response to her whole Carson situation, and I wanted to talk about it. So if you aren't familiar with this whole situation already, basically, Katerino, who is recognized as Call Me Carson's girlfriend, cheated on him with Fitz, a close friend of Carson. And it's now come to attention that she also had a boyfriend unrelated to Carson and Fitz the whole time that her and Carson were together. And neither Carson nor the boyfriend knew about each other. So I'm gonna play some clips from her apology video and talk about what I think she's saying, and what I think of what she's saying. And I do definitely encourage you to go watch her video yourself and get your own opinion. I'll leave a link to it in the description. But yeah, let's look at the start of this.
I was processing things and thinking things through, and this is my first time going through something like this, and I wanted to go about it as best as I possibly could.
Now, from the start, this is complete bullshit, right? This situation is her doing. She doesn't deserve this processing time, and it's her first time going through this. This is on her. She is the one who has caused this. You know, like, she doesn't deserve a grace period before she has to face it.
My relationship with Carson was very complicated. I had a boyfriend at the time, and neither Carson nor my boyfriend at the time knew about each other.
Now, already this is fucking deplorable, but we already knew she did this. I mean, personally, cheating is just, it's one of the most disgusting things you can do to someone. Like, the complete lack of respect you have to have for that person to be able to do that to them. And then she was doing it to two people at the same time. I don't know exactly how her boyfriend, that's not Carson, didn't know about Carson, considering her and Carson were streaming regularly. So I don't know if this is a case of he didn't even know she was a fucking streamer. I don't know how much she was hiding from this guy. I don't even have a fucking clue who this guy is, if I'm being totally honest with you. But yeah, she admitted to her actions, which is about the bare fucking minimum for what she can do for this shit.
And while I was clear with Carson that Carson and I were not in a relationship, I still led him on and ended up hurting Carson and my boyfriend at the time very badly in the process.
Now, she says she was clear with Carson, right? But that doesn't make sense to me, because I don't see how this would have developed into a thing where Carson would have been hurt by this if she had made it clear to him that they weren't together. So, obviously, in his mind, she hadn't made it clear enough, right? Which I guess I could see how she could make an argument that that's his fault, which she's not doing here. But I don't see how you could make that clear and still have this person not understand. Obviously, I don't think she was making it clear enough, is what I'm trying to say.
I am now seeing a therapist, and although I didn't realize it at the time, I was dealing a lot with depersonalization, and I felt like I was two different people living two different lives.
And well, whose fucking fault is that? That's exactly what the fuck she was doing. She was two different people living two fucking different lives. She was in relationships with two different people, and whether she considered her relationship with Carson to end once the stream ended isn't relevant, because he didn't consider it that, and she was fully fucking aware that he didn't consider it that.
I ignored very conflicting feelings and thoughts, and I was very lost and confused, and I didn't know what I wanted or what was important to me. And this was when I got involved with Fitz.
Now, I'm not going to give her a lot of credit for this video because I think overall it means fuck all, but I think one part that she did right is she does take the blame here with this Fitz situation, because personally I believe that she did probably lay it out to him like, oh, me and Carson are just fuck buddies, we're not actually together or anything, and obviously he wouldn't have known about the other boyfriend as well. So I don't think Fitz ever intended to hurt Carson with it, and I think she probably lied and was deceitful with him the same way she was with Carson. Although he was just better at grasping this it's just sex idea, whereas with Carson it had more so developed into a relationship due to the streams together and such.
Carson and I streamed together, and his community very much saw us as a couple, which we encouraged.
See, this is the part that really fucking gets me, because she openly admits here that she encouraged this whole couple thing, which is gonna fuck with Carson's head. I mean, whether it ends off stream or not, it's gonna fuck with his head. It's like building up this whole persona that you're a couple and allowing people to believe that. You can't. It's not like Carson can be faulted for also feeling like that if everyone else was. You like, it's only fucking natural. It's only human.
I'm sorry to all those people that I let down and disappointed. There are so many things I could have done better. And I was lost and confused, and I ended up hurting people that I cared about. And in the future, I want to be better, and I want to focus on myself, which is why I'm taking further time off streaming.
Now, I understand that she's got legitimate mental health issues going on here, but I do believe they're caused by her own actions. But regardless of that, this whole I want to take time off for myself thing just feels like a cop-out. It feels like this is a way of being like, oh, it's out of my control, and it was only just because of my mental state, which I'm not in control of. I'm just a person. Which it's not fair to say. It's not fair to do that. Like, you have to. It feels like she's passing on ownership of her actions, and blaming it solely on circumstances that were out of her control.
I don't expect anyone to forgive me, but I hope that this, at least, can provide some understanding.
Well then, what is the fucking point? If you go into this expecting no one to fucking forgive you, why did you make the fucking apology in the first place? This entire thing feels so rehearsed. It feels like even just her fucking mannerisms, the way she doesn't look into the camera often. When she does, it feels so plastic. She's recently been signed with an esports team, and they have to go through everything she says before she can actually make a statement. So it probably was, to be honest, and it feels like nothing. Yeah. I'm making this it's currently 26 minutes past midnight. I'm sorry for the grogginess, but she's a dumb bitch. Have a good night. I was just fucking about to post this. I was getting her video from the description, for the description, sorry. I was gonna go to link it, and I realised she's deleting comments. The fucking audacity of this bitch. She did one of the most deplorable actions I believe you can do to someone. And it's, I say I believe, but this is obviously a widely believed thing. And she has the fucking audacity to censor her comments on it. Carson has depression. About a month before this whole drama he tweeted that he is suffering with depression, um, and she did this knowing that, and then she has the audacity to make this video as if she's going through something, as if it's a product of her mental health issues. She can fuck right off. The dislike ratio was like 30,000 to 5,000. 30,000 dislikes to 5,000 likes, and it's got like 100,000 views. It's obviously not doing well for her. I hope she gets kicked off the fucking esports team. Honestly, she doesn't fucking deserve it. She doesn't deserve as much opportunity as she's been given. She's a cunt. Yeah, this is where I'm ending the video for real. Good night.